Welcome back guys. In this video we are going to create a number guessing game inside Java. Here the computer is going to generate a number between 1 to 100 and that number generated by the computer is going to be guessed by the user. So user is going to guess the number and if it is same then he is going to get the points, he is going to get the score. It is also going to show the number is lesser than the computer number. So we will have multiple rounds if the user is not going to guess, and according to required attempts we are going to display the score, and that's all we are just going to create. So let's get started. First we are going to generate a random number which is going to be from 1 to 100. Okay, so similar here, and now we are just going to create a main, so where we can start our program. We are going to create an instance for a random class. So we are just going to import one random module and we are just going to create an instance for it. So okay, so here we are just going to import it. So import must be capital here, class. So for this I am going to write random is equal to new random. Then next we are going to create an instance for scanner class. We are just going to import, so the scanner we are going to take input from the user java.util.scanner. Here scanner S will be capital, so S must be capital scanner, and here we are going to display one message, and that is going to be computer generated random number between computer generated random number between 1 to 100. Here now we are going to generate a random number, so for that we are going to use the integer because the number between 1 to 100 is going to be the integer, and here I am going to create a variable named random number and is equal to, we are going to write random dot, and the integer it is going to be next integer, and we want up to 100 and it should start from 1, so plus 1. So this is going to generate a random number, so you can just write here SOUT, so that this is a shortcut for writing system out.println, and this shortcut is similar inside IntelliJ IDE and VS Code. You can just write SOUT and enter or tab. So here we are just going to write random number, and now when I'm going to run this, we will run this. See here 30 number is generated. So we are going to take one input from user so that user can enter here number. So here I'm going to make one comment. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are just going to display one message that now enter your guess for the random number generated by the computer. We are going to take this inside integer and I'm going to give it name as user guess. Here we are going to create a variable name user guess and scan dot next integer, so it is going to be integer, so I'm going to write next integer. Okay, so this is going to take inside this. Now we are going to use the if else, so we can just compare the users generated number with the computer number. Okay, so here I'm going to make one more comment. If random number which is generated by computer, okay, and that is going to match to the user guess which is going to be entered by the user guess, then here it should be that your guess is correct, you win. Okay, your guess, okay, we will make it zoom, is correct, 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 you win. Okay, you win. Okay, so when it is going to match, so it is going to display this message. And the next condition is going to be when the else if, so we are going to write else if, so when the user entered number is going to be more than the random number. Okay, so random number is being generated and this is generated by computer, and that is going to be greater and user guess is going to be less, then we should have to print the message that Here the message is going to be your guess number is lower, guess again. Your guess number is lower, guess again. Okay, so guess again. So we will display this message when it is going to be lesser. And as if there will be one more condition, when the user guess is going to be greater than the number generated by the computer. So your guess is higher, HEIGHER, guess again. Okay, so that's all. And here we have just started our scanner class, so we should have to close it. So we are just going to close after this bracket. Okay, so closing scan, closing scan dot close. Okay, error identified expected. Okay, so we have just make it here. We are just going to take it upside, and now it's fine. So here the number generated by computer is 13. We know, but what we are going to do, we are just going to check, write the 20, so it is going to show you that higher, and then it is going to end the loop. So it must be inside loop, so we will make it. So before that we are just going to check it, and here 57, so lesser we are going to enter here 40, so it is going to show you that it is lower. And now when we are just going to enter, we are going to enter the proper value, that is going to be 65. Let's see what is the message. Your guess is correct, you win. Now we just need a while loop. We are going to use a while loop. So when the true condition is going to be while true, then it is going to execute here. It is going to execute each and every statement according to the requirement. This is now enter your random number. So before this we are just going to use the while loop. So while the condition gets true, okay, so while the condition gets true, this loop must be executed. Okay, so Control X and update here. Okay, condition is going to be true, then it is going to execute all these loops. Okay, now what we are going to do, when this condition is going to be true, then it should execute, otherwise it should break it. Okay, satisfied, then it should break it. So when it is going to be correct, then it should break this statement. So here we just use the break. The reason behind that, when this is going to execute, okay, and the number is lower, then again the while loop is going to run. If it is going to be greater, then also it is going to run. And when it is going to be satisfied this condition that your guess number is going to be correct, that is going to be equal to, then at this time the loop is going to stop. So we have just used here break. Okay, so let's check. So here we know it is 90. So what I'm going to do, just I'm going to take 80. So it is going to show your guess lower is the random number generated by computer exception means scanner close. Okay, so what this is having some problem. So what I'm going to do, just move it bit to this, and now we are going to run it. Okay, so it's 31. So what we are going to do here, we are going to make 35 and then enter. It is going to show you that it is higher than the number. If I'm going to write 20, it is going to show you the number is lesser or lower than the number is generated by computer, and 31. So it is going to show that your guess is correct, and the loop is going to be ended over here. So it's working fine. So the next thing here is going to be, we are going to tell the user how much try count is required, or he required to guess the number. Okay, how much time he required, how much tries he required to guess the number. So for this, before while true, we are just going to create an integer, because the try count we are just going to display in number, 5 tries, 6 tries, 7 tries, in such a way. So try count is equal to, so first we are just going to define it to 0. We are going to give it the value, we are going to assign it the value as 0, and when the while loop is going to start, and when the user is going to enter this number, okay, here after this we are going to write try count plus plus. Okay, so that this is going to increment. Okay, suppose the user is going to enter first time and the number is not correct, then it is going to be +1. Then after that again he is going to enter +2, +3, +4. On this basis only we are also going to give the score for that. Okay, after that what we are going to do, So when the user is going to get the correct answer, at this time we are going to tell him how much tries he required. So for this I'm going to write it to plus try count plus how much tries. So you are just going to write tries. Okay, so it took decimal try. So let's check whether it is fine or not. So the number is 87. We know the 87, so we are just going to write 50, 60, and now I'm just going to write 87. So it is going to tell you that 3 tries. So you just enter first time, second time, third time. On this basis, we are just going to give the marks for the user. Okay, it is going to be your score. Right before this, so what we are going to give here, score. Okay, inside string score out of 10. Okay, out of 10. So score is going to be out of 10, and -1 comma -1 is going to be for each attempt. For each attempt you took. Okay, so when he is going to take an attempt number 1. Okay, so when he is going to take an attempt, so 3 attempts are being taken by the user, so it is going to be -3. Okay, 10 minus 3, and he is going to get the result. Okay, so that's all, and now we are just going to make the score. Okay, int score is equal to, so we are going to take out of 10 minus try count. Okay, so how much try count is going to be 3 tries, 4 tries, so that is going to be minus by 10. Okay, there will be some problems. Okay, so for that what we are going to use, we are just going to use the if condition. And what are these problems we are just going to see. So when the score is going to be less than 0, user may require 20 tries, 15 tries, so at that time this is going to be 15, and 15 minus 10, so it is going to be a negative number. So for negative number we should have to just print that the score is 0 out of 10. Okay, so south. Then next condition is going to be else if there is going to be another condition when the score is equal to 9. Okay, so user is going to just at the first attempt only user is going to tell the number. So at this point what is going to happen, 10 minus 9, and it is 10 minus 1, and it is going to show you 9. So you should get there 10 out of 10. So the last condition, else your score. So else score your, where is it, your score. Okay, and plus, which is going to store inside the score variable, and that is going to be plus out of 10. Okay, so that's all. So let's check again. So here so it is going to show the real number is 68, so I'm just going to write 50, and then I'm going to write 70, and I'm going to write 40, and then we are going to write the proper value, that is going to be 68, to show you that it took 4 tries, and that is 6. So 10 minus 4, it is going to be 6. Okay, so -1 for each attempt you took. Now we are just going to remove this and try it manually whether it works or not. So what I'm going to do, here just where we have just used this, we are just going to make it commit. Okay, let's get. So I'm going to take 50, so number is lower, so we will take 60, lower 70. Okay, so 70, your guess is correct and you win. So we just take 3 attempts and it is showing 7 out. So this is all about this game, and you can just make it more attractive using user interface, and many more things can be done over here. Share this Java mini project with your friends, and thank you for watching this video. Thanks.